करताल रेडी रखो। जय राधा माधो बिहारी राधा माधो कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभा Janavallama Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vridhanaranjana Yashodanandana Janavallama Yashodanandana Vridhanaranjana Yashodanandana Vridhanaranjana Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashta Prayashu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Hare Krishna, everybody. Three, 14. Okay. Athatra pitis haso ayam. Athatra piste haso ayam. Atha atra api itihasa ayam. Atha atra api itihasa ayam. Shuto me varnita puraha. Shuto me varnita pura. Brahmana deva devena. Devanam anuprachata. Athatra arpita itihaso ayam. Athatra api itihaso ayam. Athatra api itihaso ayam. Shuto me varnita pura. Brahmana deva devena. Devanam anuprachatam. Atha atra api itihasa ayam. Shuto me varnita puraha. Brahmana deva devena. Devanam anuprachatam. Chant.
Athatra itihasoyam suto me varnita pura brahmana deva devena devanam anuprachatam
Ata atra atithasayam Shrutame varnita pura Brahmana deva devena Devanam anuprichatam
Hare Krishna. Anybody wants to chant?
अथा अत्रापि इतिहासो अयं श्रुतो मे वर्णिता पुरा ब्रह्मणा देवदेवेन देवानाम् अनुपृच्छताम्. हरे कृष्ण.
Yes. Very nice. Anybody else?
हरे कृष्ण.
अथ अथ अर्पितो इतिहासो अयं श्रुतो मे वर्णिता पुरा ब्रह्मणा देवदेवेन देवानाम् अनुपृच्छतम्. हरे कृष्ण.
अथात्रापीतिहासोऽयं श्रुतो मे वर्णितः पुरा ब्रह्मणा देवदेवेन देवानामनुपृच्छताम्. हरे कृष्ण.
इतिहासोऽयं श्रुतो मे वर्णिता पुरा ब्रह्मणा देवदेवेन देवानाम् अनुप्रोचितम्.
अथ अत्र अप्रीतिहासोऽयं श्रुतो मे वर्णितः पुरा ब्रह्मणा देवदेवेन देवानाम् अनुपृच्छताम्. हरे कृष्ण.
अथ अत्र इतिहासोऽयं श्रुतो मे वर्णितः पुरा ब्रह्मणा देवदेवेन देवीनाम् अनुपृच्छताम्. हरे कृष्ण.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. अथ अत्र अपितिहासो अयं श्रुतो मे वर्णितः पुरा ब्रह्मणा देवदेवेन देवानाम् अनुपृच्छतम्. हरे कृष्ण.
Done. Okay, thank you. Atha, now. Atra, in this matter. Api, also. Itihasaha, history. Ayam, this. Shrutaha, heard. Me, by me. Varnitaha, described. Pura, years ago. Brahmana, by Brahma. Deva Devena, the foremost of the demigods. Devana, by the demigod. Anuprachata, asking. The history of the fight between the Lord of the Boar and the demon Hiranyaksha was heard by me in a year long ago, as it is described by the foremost of the demigod Brahma when he was questioned by the other demigod. The history of the fight between the Lord of the Boar and the demon Hiranyaksha was heard by me in a year long ago, as it was described by the foremost of the demigods, Brahma, when he was questioned by the other demigods. Ditir-dakshani shattar maricham kashyapam patim apatyakama chakame sandhyayam hita chayardita ditihi diti dakshayani, the daughter of Daksha, Shataha, O Vidura, Maricham, the son of Marichi, Kashyapam, Kashyapa, Patim, her husband, Apatyakama, desirous of having a child, Chakame, longed for, Sandhyayam, in the evening, Hit Shaya, by sex desires, Ardita, distressed. Diti, the daughter of Daksha, being afflicted with sex desire, begged her husband Kashyapa, son of Marichi, to have intercourse with her in the evening in order to beget a child. Diti, the daughter of Daksha, being afflicted with sex desire, begged her husband Kashyapa, the son of Marichi, to have intercourse with her in the evening in order to beget a child. I'll just read translations now. The sun was setting and the sage was sitting in trance after offering oblation to Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, whose tongue is a sacrificial fire. Fire is considered the tongue of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, and oblation, the grain and clarified water offered to the fire that is accepted by him. The principle of all sacrifices of which Vishnu is the master. In other words, satisfaction Lord Vishnu includes the satisfaction of all demigods and other living beings. In that place, the beautiful Diti expressed a desire, "O learned one, the Cupid is taking the arrows and distressing me forcefully as a mad elephant troubles a banyan tree." Yes, Supriya Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I'm not able to see. Yes. But what? Beautiful Giti, seeing her husband absorbed in trance, began to speak so loudly, not attempting to attract him by bodily expressions. She frankly said that her whole body was disturbed by sex desire because of her husband's presence, just as a banana tree is troubled by a mad elephant. It was not natural for her to agitate her husband when he was in trance, but she could not control her strong sexual appetite. Her sex desire was like a mad elephant, and therefore it was the prime duty of her husband to give her all protection from by fulfilling her desire. Hare Krishna.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Bhashad Deshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Diti Dakshayani Shattar Maricham Kashyapam Patim Apatya Kama Chakame Sandhyayam Hrita Chayardhita. Diti, the daughter of Daksha, being afflicted with sex desire, begged her husband Kashyapa, the son of Marichi, to have intercourse with her in the evening in order to beget a child. So today the topic is sex desire. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Dharma aviruddha kamo asmi. Nothing wrong with sex desire, which is used to beget a child. So in that respect, Diti was not wrong to approach her husband. I want to have a child. But when you have a child, there is something called Garbhadhana Samskar, which is not being observed here. Now, what is this Garbhadhana Samskar? How is it observed in Krishna conscious movement? Garbhadhana Samskara means we offer a prayer offer to the Lord, just like everybody knows Vivaha Samskar, where everybody is fond and attracted to that. And they think just by Vivaha Samskar, people become wonderful, self-realized sages. Mostly we don't even go to marriages because they are useless. Just a boy and a male and a female come together in for sex life. There is nothing auspicious about that. Okay, so there is something called Garbhadhana Samskar, a prayer. There's a Namkarana, people know Samskara. And a child is given a name. So many Samskara. So similarly, Samskara means a process of purification. Samskar. Iske to samskar nahi hai kuch. He doesn't show any character. So a prayer is offered to the Lord that we want to beget a great child to serve you. Let us, my Lord, bless us with a wonderful child. It's like we had Nanda Maharaj begetting who? Or getting, he is the foster father. Or Vasudeva Devaki praying to the Lord, I want to have a child like you, or we want to have you as a child. These are kind of prayers people offer. Okay, my Lord, give me a wonderful child who can be your servant. This is called Garadhan Samskar. The process changes because of the age. Previously, it's kind of a ceremony. So sex life is not something secret and private because there is nothing bad about it. It's a public function. Everybody knows they're going to have a sex. And then after that, then they have sex and then they have a child to serve the Lord. They get a wonderful child to serve the Lord. And in particularly this instance, you see, she is not just only for sex desire approach the husband, as Prabhupada clarified, even though she says so, but there is inherent that all her co-wives, there were so many, around 13, 14 daughters of which were married to Kashyapa. They're all sisters. Everybody had a child except her. So she wanted to, as a woman, have a child, nothing wrong. But without Garbhadhana Samskara, that is wrong. Inappropriate time, inappropriate mental condition. And she's going to produce two demons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. And many times parents say to their child is totally uncivilized because no Garbhadhana Samskara. And without Garbhadhana Samskara will be something like Arjuna was worried. What is that? Varna Shankara. Good for nothing. Yeah. Don't ask parents how wonderful is the child. Ask the teacher, he will tell you how wonderful is the child. Teachers have a nice experience. It's practically teaching today after certain years is a horror. Horror means that is also better. It's like kind of papa karma you have done. If you have to teach today, the students in college. Terrible punishment. Nobody wants to study. Not one. And you have to stand in the class and try to teach them. Those who don't want to study. What is visible there? The samskaras. This is what they have been trained at home. No training. Just like animals. So then, why such a result? Because there are no samskara. Where the samskara began, even before birth it began. And you never did that. The purification. Life is only meant for purification. And we can know how much the heart is afflicted or free from sex desire by how much we are pure. Because one simple and single and clear symptom of degradation is sex desire burning in the heart. And the more it burning, the more person is degraded. Okay, so that's clear. That's what Garbhadhana Samskara is. Now, how do you do Garbhadhana Samskara today? Prabhupada said chant 50 rounds. So I think some figurastas are not aware that is a rule. You have to chant 50 rounds. 16 rounds itself is ascension, 50 rounds over. Okay? And then you have sex, no contraceptive, nothing, to have a child to serve the Lord. This is the standard of Grihastha Ashram. Otherwise, it's all animal life. Correct? This is Grihastha Ashram. So ask your wife before you're getting married. This is the condition. Your marriage will not happen only. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, but those who are devotees, that should be the standard. Therefore, the man is a devotee, the wife is a devotee. Okay? And then they live together at the Grihastha Ashram. Then everything is, otherwise everything is polluted. Just like we know that a brahmachari is, if he has burning sex desire in his heart, you will not even look at him. It's shameful. Correct? You'll not know. Ourselves, we don't feel bad. But you look at other person, we will not even like to be near him. Chha, what is this? Better let him get married. Hana? He's a mithyachari, hypocrite. No, we will not have any respect. We don't mind when we have some fault. When other person has it, we can't tolerate it. Correct? We are full of sex to that. Horrible. That's how it is. The person loses all respect actually in the society. So strong words, very, very advanced. So don't take it personally what I'm telling. I'm just telling the standard. That's the Vedic standard. But can we achieve it? Yes. If we chant Hare Krishna, and in case both husband and wife are sincere devotees, this definitely can be achieved. This platform can be achieved. So that is what the mistake Diti is making. And she is not observing any Garudana Samskara. The time is not correct. This is not the time. It's evening Sandhya time. She's not looking at the time. She's not looking at any samskara, anything. She just that she has sex desire, we should be satisfied. That is animal life. Just because I got a desire, it has to be satisfied. That's not human life. We have to rise above this platform. When I always take that example of Dhritarashtra. When Dhritarashtra was, I think it was Uddhava or Akrura. He had gone to visit Hastinapur. And then after the discussion, I think this is Uddhava, after discussing with Kunti, he talked to Kunti, and Kunti was crying because Krishna had sent him to see the care of Kunti and her children, because they are all great devotees and also very close related. So how are they doing? So then he just talked to Kunti, and Kunti started crying. They're trying to kill my children. I came here for shelter and protection because I lost my husband. And I came, and the husband brother is a king. And my son is the inheritor of the throne now. Because Pandu was a king, the throne should go to Yudhishthira. So, but they are still small children. So we came here for shelter and protection. And here, they are treating us like, as if, sometimes you are a cow and you have small children and you're surrounded by tigers and wolves who are trying to snatch and eat the children. Like in the villages, it happens, we know that, where there are tigers and other dangerous animal, foxes. At night, they try to steal a calf or something. Yeah? They try to steal a calf. So similarly, I am feeling as helpless as that they are trying, all surrounded by ferocious animals who are trying to kill my children. And she gave the instances of poison being given to Bhima by Duryodhana and the party. So he was quite agitated when he heard that. He asked, audience with Dhritarashtra, appointment with Dhritarashtra, and personally went to him, talked to him. He said, at least treat them like your citizens, if you cannot treat them like your brother's son. This is horrible. What are you trying to do? A poison was given to them. What are you trying to do? You are answerable. Give me an answer. What kind of behavior is this? You should treat them with care and love. They are your brother's children. Instead of that, you are trying to kill them. This is unacceptable at all. So Dhritarashtra heard him, said, yes, that's fine. What you say, I appreciate. I know it is wrong, but I'm not able to control myself. He said that. Now, similarly, we should not come to that platform. And exactly, Dhritarashtra is a typical example of this. When Krishna came the peace offer, the same of Krishna told him the clear message. And his son never agreed to the sane proposal, which is very sane proposal. Return the kingdom. And we cannot at least give them 5 villages. And that was the term they were told to go for exile. You come back from exile, we return your portion of the kingdom to you. Right? What portion? The whole kingdom was Yudhishthira Maharaj. But never they gave in, didn't give anything. So Krishna said, please, be just, you send them for vanvas for 13 years, promising to give back their kingdom after they come back. What is this? Then why they should have done vanvas? For what purpose? They'll get back their kingdom. And now you're not giving. So Duryodhana did not hear to any reason and argument. And finally, Krishna walked out after their attempt to arrest him and all failed. And when Krishna was going, Dhritarashtra came hurriedly towards Krishna Krishna was in the chariot. And Dhritarashtra said, again the similar thing, what you have said to Uddhava. I know it is wrong, but I'm unable to do anything. So Krishna said very sarcastically, look here is the king, and he's not able to control, make any decision. The same way, now look at us, we are also the king of our own body and mind. And this kind of statement that Dhritarashtra again kept saying again and again, he used to say, I know what is right and wrong, but I look at my son, I lose control over myself. Correct? He used to say some kind of this. So these kind of statements that I'm unable to control the mind and senses is not from human being, it's from an animal. This is where the sense control starts. I'm just telling the philosophy. Okay, you understand? You cannot say you are a human being and at the same time say you're unable to control the senses. It's a contradictory statement. Prabhupada used to say rather, prove you are a human being by controlling your senses. What is that? Prove you are a human being by controlling your senses. That means we have the ability in human form of life. If we do not use it to control the mind and senses, then you are not using that facility. An animal can suppose see, like Diti is speaking, and a she-dog can look at a he-dog, and if you could talk, say that I'm unable to control my sex drive, that's fine. It's an animal. And wild elephant can see a female elephant and say, I'm unable to control myself. And he runs. That's why elephant, the time they call heat, particular season only, actually the animals become sexually agitated. Not like human being, 12 months they are ready. Correct? Animals by nature's way are actually controlled. There are certain seasons in the year in which they are agitated. And you tell that animal, you have to control yourself. If you could talk to him, he cannot be controlled. He cannot be taught. But a human being saying, I cannot control, that's not possible. So that means only Brahma, this message is only, no, for everybody. Sex desire is a degradation for everybody. Not that it's only degrading from brahmacharis. It's not good for, no. Sex desire means degradation. That's a proof of spiritual degradation. Yanmay tunadi grihyamedi sukam hitocham kanduyane karayoriva dukkha dukkham dipyanti neha kripanaha bahu dukkha bhaja kandutivam manusajam vashaheta dhiraha. Now, this is a statement of Prahlad Maharaj. Interesting thing is that at that time, Prahlad Maharaj is only 5-year-old. Many times people tell, you are a brahmachari now. Then you have to become grahastha. And when you become grahastha, then you will be able to overcome sex desire because you will be frustrated. Prahlad Maharaj was only 5-year-old. There is no question of having even sex desire at that moment or question of having indulging in sex at that moment. He has no experience in this life of that. So how is he speaking? By hearing. Not that you control your sex desire by experiencing, control by hearing. Many people have this thing. I'll indulge in it, then I'll get sick of it, then I'll get frustrated of it, then I can give it up. That's what the thing about grahastha life. Brahmachari mein try karo, nahi hota, aa jao grahastha mein. You will get sick and frustrated, then come out. You will never become sick and frustrated. I remember, my classmates put me in a group, and within few seconds I come out because I can't see the conversation that is going on. So what happened? One day I was again put in, and then I read one line they have written. But first time in my life I saw a line which had some meaning. He said, as much you shave better, you have to shave tomorrow still. Similar is sex desire. As much you indulge in it, still demand doesn't go away. It is there tomorrow. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj says, Yan mathuna digrihame sukam tucham. I spit on that. Thuh. Kanduya nena karayoriva dukham. What is it anyway? Rubbing hands and legs together. Check. Tripyanti neha. Nobody has ever been satisfied by indulging it. Chalo bhai, ho gaya, ab nahi chahiye, nahi. Kripadaha, miser, because he could have actually gone into spiritual pleasures. He compromised and went to mental pleasure. And dhira, a sober person, tolerates that urge. This is the mistake Diti makes. She has a urge, agreed. It happens sometimes. In the Nectar of Instruction also it is said, Vacha Vega Manasakrodha Eva Vega, Jiva Vega Uttarapasta Vega. These are all pushings of the body. Correct? Vacha Vega. And the pushings of the voice. Manasa Krodha Vega. The pushing of the mind, attachment and repulsion. Udara, pushing of the belly and the genitals. So this is mentioned, depending on the pushing of the genitals. Eshana Vegana Visheheta Dhiraha. A sober person, a dhira means it controls this urge. It's not that the urge is there, not there. You just control it, ignore it. Just like itching. Prahlad Maharaj compares it to itching. Now, everybody gets itching, just leave it, it will go away. You start itching, it will disturb. So similarly, it's not that the sex desire will not come, it will come. Just ignore it, it will go away. For those who want to remain brahmacharis, it's an opportunity. These classes, see, I'm taking in a temple, I'm taking this class to my brahmachari. So don't think I'm speaking very strongly. Why teachers like that? Arey Baba, what else I'm supposed to teach brahmachari? That's not this. Prabhupada never compromised. The truth should be told. So इतनी मुश्किल क्लास ये सब थोड़ी फॉलो होता है भाई ये तो टेम्पल की क्लास सुन रहे हैं सब ब्रह्मचारी सामने बैठे हुए फिर I cannot say that I'll speak less. So it's like itching sensation, you control it, it goes away. So now Bhishma gives very nice, this for brahmacharis. Bhishma was a great brahmachari. He says, if you want to come out of sex desire, make a decision, you'll never have sex. Sex desire will vanish. I give you a very good example of this. This for brahmachari instructions, okay? Those who want totally free of that. It's a beautiful life. How much one trouble is over of life. Did you get this argument? I can understand it. Just like say, I hope in the audience, nobody is smoking. Okay. Even if you go out of the house and today go for your work and you see a huge hoarding of cigarette for smoking, Indian cigarette, American cigarette, long cigarette, thick cigarette, it just doesn't make sense to you. You will not look at for more than half a second because you have decided you are not going to smoke. Or it may be Mangalore is famous for liquor shops. I used to know Mangalore as fish eating hub. All people here are experts in delicacies of fishes, every house, how to eat fish. Kerala is for learning how to drink and Mangalore is for learning how to eat fish, correct? Therefore, spiritually, people are very, very dull, both the cities, very dull. Mostly, very, very materialistic people because their head has become dull by eating fish. So anyway, so you made a decision. Another thing, liquor here. Liquor shops are quite surprising in Mangalore, as if they are selling diamonds. What we had a picture in our childhood of a liquor shop, which we was there in Delhi, in some small in the corner of the shops, very like it will be a dark thing, 0-watt bulb will be there, so people can secretly go and buy a liquor, correct? And it will be in a very corner. Even who is selling you cannot see, who's buying you cannot see, and they will even have some kind of a curtain there, so you cannot see the customers. Quickly, people will roll a bottle inside their bag and run away. It was done all secretly. But now in Mangalore, they're like diamond shops. What light? It is more than normal light, and bottles are lit up as if you are lighting up a diamond. So wonderful. In fact, my younger brother came to Mangalore. He was also surprised. Abba! Even in Bombay, we don't have liquor shops like this. So another thing people are learning here and developing. So now, if you have made a decision, you're not going to drink. So that definitely, even though the shop maybe they have spent a lot of money, like a mall, decorated and put lighting, it's of no use to it. That effort or whatever they spend money, either hoarding or whatever you read, you're reading, you're studying, and suddenly you see image of liquor and mind get agitated. It doesn't happen. Why? Because you decided you are not going to drink. Right? Clear decision है, मैं नहीं पीने वाला भाई, मेरे को पीना ही नहीं है. So कितना भी आप खर्चा कर लो, कोई फायदा नहीं है उसका. So Bhishma gives you a one-liner. These are all. Locate Bhishma's instruction. One of the purport Prabhupada gives one-liner solution for all problems from Bhishma's intelligence. He says, if you want to come out of sex desire, make a decision not to have sex. Then it will not come. But if there is some chance, maybe 1 in a million, I think maybe it's not a bad idea. Maybe I can become Grihastha. Then be ready. Then Maya will harass you because she got an opening now. Correct? Say, suppose you're studying, doing your studies today. You decided you will study Bhagavatam. Finally, you decided that you will sit down every day and half an hour, 1 hour read Bhagavatam. And suddenly, when you're reading, a picture of a girl comes on the screen. That happens. Correct? It is no use to you because you don't want to have sex. But suppose there is the slightest chance, just like you want to smoke a cigarette. Which cigarette it is? Correct? Which liquor it is? And then there is no limit to it. I had once experience of biscuit. So I had a policy, and generally the devotees have a policy. When they go out, we don't eat outside. We just don't eat anything. If we eat fruits. That's a practice which should be cultivated. We don't eat outside. Just avoid eating. Because once you say one compromise, then there are so many things you look for. So I was just joined the temple, and I used to go for selling books on the train. Jolar Pette. So one day I got a thought, actually you don't have to be so strict, So, because you have traveled for 3 hours on the train, you're standing and selling books. You should have brought something for you to eat. Somehow you could not bring from the temple. You can have some biscuits, This is nothing wrong in it actually. It's a biscuit, There's not you're eating non-veg or anything. It's just some sweets, some biscuit. You can have. And it is allowed actually. So sometimes in exceptional situation like that, you can have some biscuit like that. I thought it's fine, So I made a decision. Okay, I can have some biscuits. So I went to the shop. And the moment I went to the shop, my eyes are open now. Which one? Oh, this one. No, I want with the cashews. No, that one I cannot have. That is the chocolate. And I can have one with the cashew. No, I can have the salt and the sweet one. My eyes were like a bhogi. Searching his shop for biscuit, and I had my budget. I bought maybe one packet and I had it, and I was thinking tomorrow I'll have the other one. And the next day when I'm coming in the train selling the books, I have half sold the books. I'm still thinking which biscuit I'll have today. Now my mind is already gone. So moment you give a little space, you can. This is okay. And after that, Krishna's grace, somebody in the temple agreed to pack for me some prasadam every day. This problem sorted out. But I remember a few days, wow. So the moment there is a little opening, that's it over. Then mind cannot be brought into calmness. And no means no. If the little doubt may not be, then Maya gets a chance to make an ass out of us. And then it's not going to end. It's not going to end. So how did Prahlad Maharaj come out of it? Was it by experience? No. By experience, he'll never come out. Just like you have, every day I give you to eat 20 packets of biscuits, and you eat and eat and eat, and finally say, no more biscuits, I'm sick of it. Then I'll bring you one more biscuit with another cover, a little slightly other flavor, pineapple flavor, this flavor. Let me see that. You were drinking. You said, I'm sick of drinking now. I've drunk enough, vomited enough. Now I'm not going to drink. I'll bring another looking bottle to you with another color, and you'll get attracted. So by enjoyment, you're never going to come out of any desire. Rather, it will only increase and complicate your position and make you bigger and bigger addict and weaker mind, you can only come out by hearing. Hearing. So by hearing from great acharyas, from the Shastra, just like Prahlad Maharaj, just by hearing Narad Muni gave it up. That's it. Yanmay tunadi grihameti sukam hitocham. Bhagavad Gita also have instructions about it. Yehi samspashaja bhoga dukkha yonave evate. This contact of senses, sense object, looks like it is going to give you pleasure, but it only gives you pain. Dukkha yonave evate. It gives birth to dukkha. Adi antavantaha kaunteya. And the pleasure derived by that, it is temporary. It has a beginning, it has a end. Nateshu ramate buddhaha. A sober person does not delight in such pleasures. These are wonderful instructions. So, take home is that please chant Hare Krishna attentively. When you chant Hare Krishna in the morning, we are not in a situation to drink Krishna conscious pleasures. We are not presently in that situation. At least it should do the purification. So the next day your japa, your mind stays in pure brahmacharya. At least that should be the target. Then you will stop chanting mechanical. No, you will be chanting attentively with the prayer mood, taking shelter of this vibration. Please wash me. Hridaya samshuddhi. Washing of the heart is the first step in spiritual life. Shraddha sadhu sangha bhajan kriya anartha nivritti. At least person comes to the platform Satuguna so they can execute devotion service calmly and peacefully till the next day. And again the struggle. And if the chanting is going on well, you do not finish it, your credit keeps adding. The purification keeps adding. Otherwise, I've seen some people when they chant, they really struggle because mind is haunted. And then they loudly shout, howl. Somehow the struggle is going on in the japa time. Because whole day the mind is loose. There is no rules to be followed. The person doesn't keep himself packed because idle mind is devil's workshop. He doesn't keep himself packed with good work of Krishna consciousness. Mind is free, roaming, and weak, free mind becomes an easy victim, just like here, Diti, and then mind is harassed, and now I cannot do anything, and indulge in illicit sex, and spoil our life. Correct? But here, there is an opportunity, and here you see, Diti will after this whole thing, beg pardon, I'm sorry, but something unfortunate has happened, and then Kashyapa says, yes, you're going to give birth to great demons now. Correct? So it's the result is not auspicious. Anything where we lose control over the senses, the result is not auspicious. So therefore, let us make a decision. We are human form of life. Take shelter of the vibration of the holy name. Prabhupada says, rather why don't you take the positive? He says the devotee is always thinking about Krishna. And he's in the heart of Krishna. And Krishna is always thinking about the devotee. And this is just achieved by chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna mantra is not just to get you free from sex desire. It is to give you Krishna frame. So exalted is the Nama of the Lord. Take shelter of the Nama of the Lord. And so that this time is not wasted. I remember the days I had joined the temple. And we have heard enough by Krishna's grace, not indulge in sinful activity, but heard enough in the college and in the company. Mind was blown up. So it was to be so disturbing. Do it. No, I cannot do it. Think about it. No. So this struggle, like Diti is having, and she has not even struggled. She just had sex desire, run now to satisfy man. Without thinking about anything. What are the rules and regulations? No. So therefore, to become more sober, take shelter of the vibration of the holy name. Read the scripture. How does scripture reading help? When you read the scripture, one thing is that your mind becomes purified. A second thing, you get the intelligence. Because Maya tricks are say, the 4 tricks of Maya. Intoxication, gambling, illicit sex and meat. Tricks of Maya are within these 4 categories. So they are same tricks. As the intelligence becomes sharp, you can relieve yourself, cut away from this unwanted tricks of Maya. Save yourself from the tricks of Maya. And the mind being purified, whatever is there will be washed away. Therefore, take shelter of the holy name, and Shravanam is the first category in spiritual life. And my spiritual life depends on how much I'm free from sex desire. That shows my spiritual advancement. Jnana, Vairagya. You may have big knowledge, but we will not have any Vairagya, right? Because the knowledge is not realized. So real Jnana means attraction towards Krishna, and Vairagya means detachment from material affairs. Bhakti pareshanubhava virakti anyatyasya. Bhakti means virakti. If suppose somebody is advancing his spiritual life, he will have pareshanubhava. He will have great happy spiritual experiences. And virakti anyatyasya. And he'll have virakti to anything which is nothing to do with Krishna. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Kalpataruvascha, Kripasindhubheva cha,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Patana pavanebhyo